Welcome to Streams of Income, hosted by best-selling author and entrepreneur Dr. David Powers, where we discuss streams of income, passive income, residual income, and even why there are dinosaurs and zombies in this intro. Fasten your seatbelts and get ready to dive in.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Streams of Income podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you are willing to give me some of your time to listen to either a business lesson or an interview with an amazing entrepreneur. So once again, thank you for listening to the Streams of Income podcast. I hope you enjoyed this episode.
Hello, everyone. This is Jeff Steinmann. Welcome to the podcast. Today, we are talking to Dr. David Powers, and David Powers has got a really interesting story. He started off working in a family business and just doing some things that just really weren't exciting him and weren't giving him the lifestyle that he really wanted. And he totally turned that around by leveraging his expertise in, now brace yourself, because this is the most interesting one I've ever heard, zombies and zombie-related comic books, as well as doing some coaching. He's leveraged those two things, wrapped them up into something that has allowed him to create a business and a lifestyle that he absolutely loves. David Powers, welcome to the podcast.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
No problem. When I saw your response to my request for interviews, I was like, I have got to talk to this guy because this is one of the most interesting ones that I've heard.
So good. That's what I like to hear.
Yeah. No, I think that the biggest thing that people do, who might have aspirations to build a business with their knowledge, is that they undervalue their knowledge. And I think if I walked up to somebody and said, I make money with my knowledge about zombies, they would look at me like I'm crazy. But right here, we've got somebody who has really made it happen. So can you tell us a little bit about zombies and how you got interested in zombies and comic books and all that kind of stuff?
Okay. I've always been a comic book geek just from very early age. Uh-huh. And one of the fascinations for me has just always been the zombie mythos, is the ideas that might happen someday.
Okay.
And I just reading more and more about it, and not so much the undead coming back to life zombies, but what fascinates me, partly because of my medical background, is what kind of things could actually make this happen in real life, and the way some of the movies are portraying that.
Mm. So you got really interested in that, so how did you go about kind of building an income stream based on the zombie thing?
Well, I've always enjoyed presenting at conferences, and for the most part, my experience there has been presenting at medical conferences.
Okay.
And so I would present, I'd present conferences based on EKGs or trauma, things like that. And I started thinking, how can I spin something that I love and make these lectures a little more interesting? So I started using the zombie stuff to actually teach things like disaster preparedness or how to stay away from germs, what not to touch, things like that. And everybody enjoys it a whole lot more.
Okay. So you were presenting at medical conferences, and you used to be in counseling. So what is your medical degree? Is that like in psychology or psychiatry?
It's a degree in clinical counseling.
Okay, clinical counseling.
Yep.
So you're a clinical counselor. You're presenting at medical conferences about these medical things that I think probably get a little dry even for people in the profession. And
definitely.
And then you said, let's figure out how I can work something that I really love into that, which is zombies.
Yeah. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, how did you work that into a clinical medical speech?
Well, what you usually find out anyway with a lot of the doctors is that they're all closet geeks with something. Oh, okay. Whether it's comics or Star Wars or something, and there's a lot of zombie geeks out there in the medical profession.
Okay. So then so you started working, and I assume that worked well. Did that really get people's interest?
It did. So much so that it actually branched out into other types of conferences.
Okay. So what other types of conferences did you speak at?
Right now, I actually present at comic book and horror conventions sometimes now.
Okay.
Partly because using these zombies, if I combine that with disaster preparedness, I can reach a segment of audience that the young folks, the ones high school, college, about that age group, and they don't care anything about disaster preparedness. They're more concerned with partying and drinking and everything else that comes along with that lifestyle.
Yeah.
The minute I introduce zombies into that, I can get these kids to actually think about preparing for regular natural disasters like hurricanes and flash floods and things like that.
Okay, so you're saying I'm going to tell you how to prepare for a zombie attack, and oh, by the way, you could use this for a flood or a hurricane or an earthquake, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, just something as simple as the box of emergency supplies that everybody should have in their house. Things like a few days worth of food, some water, things like that. Well, in my class, there might be an axe or a hatchet or a machete in there for the zombies. It's basically an all hazards type of box.
Okay. That's really cool because, like you said, who cares about disaster preparedness? I mean, that's a tough topic to get anybody interested in. And in this world of information overload that we live in, it's hard to get people to listen to you about something that's interesting. So I really applaud you for what you've done with the whole zombie thing. So tell me a little bit about your life. What does your day-to-day life look like?
For me, I get up pretty much whenever I want. For me, that's about 8 a.m.
Okay.
And that's what I like so much about doing my own thing is I can make my own hours. I'm a night owl, and I like to stay up till 2 or 3 just watching TV or catching up on something. And that way I can wake up whenever, put in a workout. We actually homeschool our kids, which is something that this lifestyle really helps with because I can get them started on school before I even go into work.
Okay.
Yeah, and by work, I mean, I've got an office in a big warehouse, and, I go there mainly just to get away from the kids at some point and work without distraction.
Okay.
But, I can also just goof off as much as I want if I've got my projects finished.
Yeah. So talk a little bit, you also do some coaching in addition to speaking at the zombie conventions, right?
Yeah, exactly. One of the big benefits of being successful at this lifestyle is that other people eventually gravitate towards me as far as, I hate my job or I hate my life right now. How can I do more of that?
Yeah.
It's just, a lot of the coaching I do is, I don't know, I'm not so much a sit down, feel good about yourself coach. I'm more of a, get off the couch and do something about it.
Okay.
And so we help find what they need to get off the couch and actually do instead of dreading waking up every day.
Okay. Oh, that's awesome. So
because they turn into zombies if they do that.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. See, you're working the zombie thing into both sides of your business, which is awesome.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. So it sounds like the people that you work with, a lot of the people listening to this podcast might be in a similar situation in that they've got a day-to-day life that they might hate it. They might hate every bit of it, or they might just not be feeling like they're getting fulfilled and just not getting 100% of satisfaction out of their existing life, and they're looking to do something different. Yeah. So, what's a success story that you've had with one of your clients?
Well, I've got one guy that his entire career has been wrapped around IT. Works at a big company doing IT, and so much so that. He's actually shown all the medical problems of that stress, of hating every day going to work.
Oh, really?
Memory issues, heart trouble, putting on weight. And this guy is a fitness nut, or was before the stress took over.
Okay.
And so one of the things we're working on with him is finding a way for him to start moving away from the IT, not so much overtime, not going in every time somebody calls him, and moving more towards working out more and working with people, doing some personal training.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's losing weight. He's helping clients. It's everything he wants.
That's awesome. And then, so are you kind of working with him on a transition plan to kind of get out of the IT and into that full time? Oh,
yeah, because he's making really good money at IT. And that's the hardest thing is that realizing that no matter how much money, it's not always worth it.
Right.
And he's going to have to take a pay cut at some point, but he doesn't have the savings to just drop everything and live the passion that he wants.
Yeah. Well, and that is I talk about this in my book. It's the toughest thing is that transition, and unfortunately, what I did and what a lot of people do is they build a lifestyle and they build a dependence upon that what in most cases is a 6-figure paycheck from a big IT job or a big management job or some kind of corporate job. So that makes it really challenging. But so awesome that you're living the life and you're helping clients to live that life as well. That's awesome. Now, do you do the coaching over the phone, or do you do it over Skype, or do you do it in person?
Actually, all three.
Okay.
I prefer doing it the most in person.
Okay.
And I'll meet them out somewhere, not in a bland office or even in my office. Sure. Like to meet them out at the bookstore or something. Okay. And but for distance clients, I like to do Skype, and that way I can actually see them and we can interact a little more.
Sure. That's awesome. So what would you say is the best part about your business and your lifestyle?
Just making my own choices.
Okay.
I actually started out in the military as one of my first jobs, and you know how that is. It's nothing but somebody else telling you what to do. Yeah. And though I enjoyed it and all the neat toys I got to play with, I just got tired of people telling me what to do and when to be somewhere at a certain time. Okay. Well, what was there a tipping point for you, or was there some point at which you said, you were doing some counseling, you were involved with the family business. Is there a point where you just said, enough is enough? I'm going to do this. I'm going to do something different. Yeah, it was actually my kids. Okay. I got 3 boys and a 4th one on the way. Oh, wow. Yeah. And busy guy. Oh yeah. Doing what I can. Yeah. No, it was actually, I was attending so many Chamber of Commerce meetings and things like that. I was gone for lunch, gone for dinner. And I just finally realized, you know what? I don't want to be doing that anymore. I'd rather be home for lunch. I'd rather play with the kids. I'd rather spend 2 or 3 hours for lunch just playing. Yeah. And I quit all the Chamber of Commerce stuff. I quit going to meetings. I resigned from the boards I was on and just kind of pushed all that to the side. And my main focus right now is just spending as much time with the kids as I can and making a decent living while I'm doing that. That's awesome. So what was the hardest part of kind of making that transition from what you're doing before, which was providing you with a good income and a good living, to something that was a little bit more unsure and was going to require a little bit more risk? The hardest part for me was actually getting away from the idea that all work occurs between 9 and 5. Oh, okay. Because, now I used to feel really guilty when I would go have fun during the day. Oh. And so now I'll go have fun during the day, or I'll go on a field trip with the kids, and I'll just wait till they go to bed, and then I'll go back to work and just pull out the computer and do something else. Yeah. That's that's one of my favorite things. And it snowed here in St. Louis a couple weeks ago, and me and a friend of mine, we walked up to this little home cooking kind of a place. It's just a couple of blocks from the house here, and we walked back and stopped at a wine bar, drank some wine by the fireplace, and watched it snow. And that's what this lifestyle is all about. Oh yeah, and those are the memories you want to have. Yeah, absolutely, really good stuff. So how did you get? So I mean, you have coaching clients now, and we talked a little bit about how you got the speaking engagements, but how did you get yourself known as somebody who can help coach people into this type of a lifestyle? Mainly social media. Okay. Just learning what I can from friends that are already very successful at that. Okay. And just making the right comments, posting the right pictures to get people interested. Not so much every tweet or Facebook post being a business card. But just getting people interested in the lifestyle mainly. Living it. Yeah. Okay. So basically, I guess to sum that up, what I'm hearing is you lived your lifestyle business very much out loud on social media. Yeah. And that attracted people to you. Oh yeah. Because I mean, during the day when I'm posting, like me and my dad, we took off the other day and just did some target practice out in the field. Okay. And during the day, in the middle of the work week, I'm posting pictures of us shooting or us out playing golf. Yeah. And I know for a fact that a lot of my friends are sitting there in their cubicles seeing that. Yeah. So that I can see where that would definitely draw people to you. There's one of the things that I always say is that there's a couple of ways to kind of get rolling in this business, and one way is to have a lot of results. And if you don't have a lot of results, another way to get, and by that I mean results for clients, another way is to really just live
and really manifest what your and I don't mean manifest like in a woo-woo kind of a way, but I mean like just really encompassing and being everything about what your message is. And it sounds like that's what you did very successfully. And you had the benefit of using social media to get that out to more people quickly.
Yeah, definitely. But that's the main way, just actually showing that I'm doing what I'm talking about.
Okay. Very, very cool. So what what are a couple things that you learned along the way of this journey?
Not everything's going to happen immediately. Too many people, they get excited, they find a passion, they identify what they want to do, and then they drop everything. They quit their job, they start using up the credit cards, and then they end up having to go back to work at some point because they didn't plan ahead.
Yeah. No, that's and that's one of the things that's so cool is today with the leverage that we get from things like social media and the internet, we can actually start to kind of build that following, and you can start to kind of build the list and the social media following of the people who are going to be interested before you actually give up your primary income stream.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you can build a foundation that's worth way more than your income stream, even though it's not bringing in money right now.
Exactly.
And, that way, when you do jump out, you've got this foundation of followers and fans already behind you.
Such a cool concept. I love it. What else did you learn along the way?
That I could blend everything together. One of the biggest things I like to tell people about when I'm coaching is the art of living. Kind of to the point where life and work, you can't tell the difference because it's all fun.
Yeah.
And even my hobbies, like I'm a big martial arts devotee, and like to practice martial arts, and even found a way to monetize that with the zombie stuff.
Oh, wow. So do you wrap martial arts, zombies, and disaster preparedness all up together?
No, I kind of do it as separate classes. Okay. That way, even at the same conference, I can do 3 or 4 zombie classes, but they're all different.
Wow, very cool.
Like the show The Walking Dead is the big thing right now, and there's a character on there that uses swords.
Okay.
And so with the martial arts, I'll actually get people together and with padded swords, and we'll go out and stick fight basically with these padded swords. And it's exercise, it's martial arts, it's it's a lot of fun.
That's awesome. Yep. I love what you were saying about there's no longer a line between working and not working, and that's actually part of the inspiration for the title of my book, which is How to Quit Working. And I like it because it's kind of a double entendre in that it is about how to quit whatever that thing is that you're doing to make money every single day. But it's also about how to quit working figuratively in that there's no longer that line. You're just doing, and that's so awesome. I love it. Now, have you involved your kids in your business, or are you doing anything to kind of inspire them to move towards a lifestyle like this?
Oh yeah, I mean, my oldest child is 8 right now, and it's almost a daily lesson that I'm trying to teach them. We're trying to actually not use the words job and work at home, and because I don't know, it's they're negative words.
Yeah.
And I'm always telling them, just find what you want to do while you're young. Start doing that, and that way you don't have to get a job.
Yeah.
At 16, you can own your own business to pay for a car instead of working at the fast food place.
Yeah, definitely. No, that's very cool. And what do you think your kids are just getting a whole different mentality about jobs and work than most kids?
Oh yeah, definitely. Because most kids, they're already looking at. I don't know. Well, the parents come home every day and talk bad about what they do and how much they hate work, and so they automatically make the kids think work is evil.
Yeah.
And so these kids, though, don't go out and start their own businesses. What they do is just they go into the job field knowing work is evil, and then they become crappy workers for the most part.
Yeah. I mean, the thing that just blows my mind is I can't believe that the message that we send to kids is, and I don't have kids, but I know that this is the message that I heard loud and clear when I was young, which is go to college for 4 years, 6 years, 8 years, maybe longer, depending on what you're doing, and learn about something, and then go see if somebody will actually pay you for it and see if you like it after investing all of that. You know, and I just think that's kind of a messed up way of going about it. And then the other thing we tell kids is, well, go find a company that's going to support you for the rest of your life until you retire, and then you retire when you're too old to do anything fun anyway.
Yeah, and good luck with all that.
Yeah. So I love that you're adding some folks to the population who are going to have a whole different outlook and mindset about this whole thing.
Oh, yeah. And I try to involve them in everything I do as far as the business. I mean, some of the conferences, unless they're too graphic with the zombie pictures, I mean, they'll actually go with me.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Now, do you travel for the conferences, or are they largely in your local area?
No, I actually travel mostly.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. And since we homeschool, we drag the kids along, and they'll go to museums and everything while I'm in the conference.
That is cool. That's cool. I love it. Well, so what's the biggest piece of advice that you would give to anybody out there who wants to do this for themselves?
Just to keep working little by little.
Okay.
You know, though I'm not a big fan always of just dropping everything and jumping into it, because that usually ends up in trouble. Just keep working. Little stuff. It's eventually going to pile up, and all of a sudden you're going to realize, you know what? I've already replaced my income.
Yeah. Outstanding advice. And did you find that you had to sort of take a step backwards a little bit before you could take a step forward? Oh,
yeah. I mean, definitely never came away from this with the idea that everything's going to be easy. I mean, I had lots of problems. There were times when we had to go into debt to do something.
Yeah.
But the main thing was that we had this goal in mind that we could not quit working on.
Yeah. That's awesome. Well, David, where can folks go to get more information about you?
DrDavidPowers.com.
All right, DrDavidPowers.com. You can learn more about David, check his website out, and contact him if you feel like there's something that you're interested in that he can offer. David, I want to thank you sincerely for being part of this podcast. I had a great time talking to you. I love what you're doing, and I wish you the absolute best of luck.
Yeah, I appreciate it. And if the zombies ever take over, you are more than welcome to come and hang out with us.
I bet you have a whole shelter built in your house or something.
Yeah, somewhat.
That's awesome. Thanks a lot, David. Take care.
Hey, everybody. Before we close out, first of all, I hope you enjoyed that podcast, whether it was an interview with an amazing entrepreneur or a business lesson for me. I sincerely hope that you gained something from it that you can use in your life moving forward. Before I leave, though, I need to mention that this podcast is sponsored by Lowe's Home Improvement Stores. I have become a Lowe's creator. It's a pretty cool thing because on this farm, I mean, I'm looking out the window right now and seeing all the things that I want to do around here. Most of these things I can do with products from Lowe's Home Improvement. And so I'm excited to be a Lowe's creator. If you want to check out some things from them and order some stuff and see my specially curated Lowe's storefront, you can click in the show notes. There's a link there for you. And I hope you build some amazing things. And hey, you know what? If you do, send me pictures. I would absolutely love to see the amazing things that you're building at your house using Lowe's products or anything else, really. I'm just curious. I want to know everything about you and everything about the cool projects you're doing, because I'll be honest with you, I get some neat ideas for things I want to do at my house as well. All right, y'all take care. Thanks for listening.